Right, I'm going to try and rejoin. Right, I'm going to try and rejoin. Right, sorry about that. Not only did the game crash, it crashed to such a degree I had to restart my PS4. Anyway, I don't think we've missed too much. Fragglepool leading the race, and Phil is in second, but under attack from Sambakit. If anyone's watching, if they can share this link on the forum, that would be great. Morsman King in 4th, Rossi in 5th. Two Smiths is up to 6th, Josh is in 7th. Nitrogas in 8th, Vanis up to 9th. Under attack from Warren Hay, but if Vanis stays in 9th place, he will go join, and he will take the lead of the championship on the fact that he's won the race and Tarazine hasn't this season. But Warren Hay under attacking him. McLaren is a decent car in these wet conditions. Let's stick with these guys. Oh, Grumpy has retired. May have called it a day. Let's stick with Warren Hagen. Vanis's battle for 9th. Surprisingly good straight line speed from the Sauber. Allows them to keep in front. No DRS of course in these conditions. We probably won't see it again in this race. Lap 13 of the US Grand Prix. Samba Kid is sliding a bit. Coming out of that turn. So Grumpy retires from the race. Again, I do apologise for the interruption in the stream, but hashtag Codemasters. So Fragglepool with a big lead, 6.7. Sam Kidd in 3rd, and the two Force Indias look like there. So I think there's a few nice battles just starting to bubble up a little bit here. One for 2nd, one for 5th, and one for 9th. So Warren Haig, see if there's anything else going on. Game Freaker in a... Did Warren Haig just try and dive down the inside? No. Grumpy's left the session. I hope that doesn't trigger a safety car. Oh, and there's a nice little freeway battle here between Tej, Tej, Spud and Dano. The 13th, so let's stick with the midfield action just for a little bit. So we've got Tej and Ferrari all on insist of course. Spud did an extra lap on the softs, so that's more than likely why he ended up so far down the order, because he was in the top 10 at the start of the race. Ted trying to defend from his fellow F4 driver. Nice camera view there. This is definitely my favourite camera view. Looks better in the dry when they sweep round that corner. So at the moment, the only person from the top 5 in the points is Vanis. Everyone in the top 5 is apart from Vanis, is outside the top 10. So for those outside the top 5 in the championship, big chance for points today. Dano looking for a move on Spuds, but not getting quite. Or Mike. Mike's certainly not looking good for a podium today, after his excellent drive at Canada. Phil, steady 7 seconds. He's kind of broken away from Sam Pickett a little bit, who when I rejoined the stream had closed in on him. Rossi trying to get to the back of Morsman King. Oh, bit of lag there. It's really going to come down to the individual drivers here, and in these treacherous conditions, minimising those errors, because when you've got two drivers who are evenly matched in these sort of conditions and they make a mistake, you're going to lose the place or lose a lot of time. So Sabakid in the slipstream with Phil, but the Williams does have superior straight line speed, as we saw in qualifying. Josh's Williams was the fastest in the speed traps. Sabakid, unless it goes to heavy rain, they shouldn't really be pitting again. These Inters will do, or should do the race distance from here as long as they look after them. It's around lap 7, between lap 7 and 9 they all came in for the Inters, so yeah, it should be okay. Tuzmas will look back on this race and his decision to come in so early. Wow, he's almost power sliding around that corner there. Now Scaff in a lonely 8. Warren Hayes got past Vanis. Now that's crucial for the championship. If it stays like that, assuming no penalties of course, Vanis will only gain a point out of this race. I'm sure back of his mind he'll be hoping for some retirement, and Game Freak is just outside the points, so he could benefit. And Ugi, well, just like last time out, not too much, but he'll look back on that retirement in Japan. That's where championship really started to go for him. And RDO, Dano's made a mistake. Oh, RDO's on the wets. Doesn't look like wet weather conditions to me. Not enough standing water, but I could be wrong, of course. But I guess when you're in 16th, or whatever it was he was, it's it doesn't hurt to make a gamble like that. So the kid, he just can't get close to that Williams. Phil's gonna have to make a mistake. Oh, and a 2. Now look at this. Rossi and Morsman King battling for 4th. Rossi dives down the inside, and there's another battle going on in the background. Tuzmas and Josh. Rossi takes the place. Now let's see the battle, and Josh dives down the inside of Tuzmas, and up to Sip goes Josh. And Tuzmas trying to put it back round the outside. Oh, and I think he's going to have the inside. Oh, and he goes too deep, and Josh cuts back inside. Well, that was excellent close racing in these conditions. They swapped positions a couple of times there. So this isn't over. Tuzmas got a slightly better exit. And the final corner. And Tuzmas, can he get into the slipstream? Racetrack resembling a stream, in fairness. And Tuzmas takes a slightly wider line to get a better entry into the corner. Turn 1, round turn 2, heading towards the S section. Oh, Tuzmas loses it, and Josh gets clear. The battle for second still going on. Just seeing. Warren Haig, well, Vanis hasn't given up on getting these 2 points. Game Freaker 42 seconds down. 13th Tej. Spud still not too far away from each other. Audio is beginning to catch up to the back of them, so that could be an interesting battle. Let's see, has this gamble for wets paid off? I think the short answer, given by the speed Mike seems to have, is probably no. Mike dies down the inside, much better grip. Dano's now 17th and last. It's a real shame for him. Didn't have the best qualifying in the race, this hasn't gone to plan at all. Back of my Renault car. Phil. Very solid race from him so far. Got past Grumpy early on in the race. He's on for a podium. Got a podium in Malaysia last time, then didn't start and retired from the last two races respectively. Well, the rain is starting to look a bit harder. So I wonder if they'll come in for the full wet tyres. And Josh has got a really big advantage of Tismus now. Scratching 8th. Fanas still on the back of Warren Haig, he's not letting him get away. And why should he? If he just keeps going, he might be able to get those 2 extra points that would give him the lead of the championship. Oh, and Game Freaker and Oogie, a move. 2 of the championship rivals going head to head. Down the inside goes Oogie into turn 1. Oh, I think he goes off the track a little bit. And the Manor, oh, and they're trying to go side by side into the S's. Oh, this could end it horribly. Oh, Oogie thinks, well, oh, what the? Oogie almost joined him off the track. I think at that point one of them had to back out, and Game Freaker did back out, otherwise it would be an accident. Now RDO beginning to catch up to the back of Spud and Ted, so that's about all I'm going to be keen to watch. And Dano over a minute behind, and I think at this rate it's going to be lapped. But the rain is starting to fall more, no question about it. Yeah, top 3, not really a lot going on in the top 3. Morsman King, I don't think he's got the pace to catch Rossi. Might be under attack from Josh in a few laps' time. Nitro Gas are only 8th. Oh, Warren Haig now. Warren Haig and Fanas are beginning to catch Nitro Gas in the Ferrari, so this could be a critical phase for Fanas here. The only one of the championship leaders to be in the points currently. Not something I expected when this race began. I thought Game Freaker and Oogie and RDOs would be doing better than they are. Game Freaker pits now. Is this for the wet tyres? Oh, and Ted just fallen to 14th. Oh, now RDO looking for a move on Tej. The battle at the front looks kind of is that the 4 wet tyres? And now Tej went in deep. Now RDO. Game Freaker is another set of inters. Interesting. I guess he couldn't get them to last. So just running down the order. Bragglepool's leading the race. Phil second, Samkid's third, Rossi in 4th, Morsman King in 5th, Boy of No Faith, Josh rather in 6th, Tusmus in 7th. Now Nitro Gas in 8th has been caught by Warren Haig and Fanas, who are 9th and 10th respectively. So that's going to be a battle which could have some ramifications for the championship. Spud leading this nice little group in the midfield. I'm sure Game Freak on those fresh inters will be joining them. Like in 16th. Dano, well, the wet tyres didn't work. And I do believe he's about to be lapped. It's been a nightmare race for him. Oh, and Phil's gone off. Phil's gone off. He lost it at the S's spectacularly. And will that bring out a safety car? No, it's only a virtual safety car, but that was a dramatic incident to say the least. I'm not sure, maybe he put a wheel on the curb, but once that car was gone, it was like Bambi on ice, straight off the track, game over. A few people have come onto the wet now. Maybe that is an indication that it's time for the full wets. I'm going to bring my car in. Fragglepool can't go past Dano, of course, no overtaking. Rossi in third. Oh, and that means, oh yeah, Phil retired, of course, so Zambakid's up to second, Rossi's up to third. So I suspect we will see some more. So nitric gas has gone in for the full wets. Ugi has as well, so he's gambled. Championship leader has definitely gambled. Look at RDO right on the back. Tej, oh, and yep, I think we've gone green light again. Tej forcing RDO off. Well, RDO moved, didn't really like he was going to get it done anyway. RDO and Game Freaker being held up a little bit by Tej. Fragglepool's got past the... carries on. Sam Kidto... And Nitrogas may have made a mistake here. No one else seemingly is pitted. I will... but yeah, he's run wide there. Tutimus on the inside still. Vanis up to 7th. Now this... that is a big thing. And Taratine's in the points as well. 4 points for Fanis, 1 for Ugi. Fanis would take the lead of the championship. He's up to 6th now. Because Josh has pitted. Just trying to see. Full wets, I assume. Yep. I tell you what, the rain looks very heavy now. Vanis struggling a little bit for grip. Now Josh and Tuzmus. Now this is a direct comparison of grip. Inters versus full wets, and oh, and Tuzmus has been forced off by Josh. There was a bit of contact there. Well, it's a shame because I really wanted to see what the grip levels were comparing. Well, that's another incident. Fragglepool carries on. I guess in his position, with the lead he's got, doesn't have to gamble. He can just wait to see and to sort of Dano go into the pits. Ornadio is retired. So one of the championship contenders is out of the race. Oh, look at this. Sarrazine's on the full wets. He's got a gaggle of cars behind him. Well, this is crucial for Ugi's championship. Lap 21. He's got to get every point he can get. But he came in for the wet tyres. But I'm not sure it's wet enough yet. It could be so marginal. There's so many cars behind him. Oh, that's exactly the camera viewer wanted. So we'll see the grip levels here. Nigel, I think that's Spud challenging Ugi for the final championship points. Oh, and Spud's spinning. He somehow holds it on. Tej, oh my goodness. Oh dearie me. That was just cause and effect in action, ladies and gentlemen. One little thing and then it all escalated. Well, 4 cars involved in that. Oh, Tej has lost half his wing. Oh, it's not going to affect much in the points, but Spud, I think, went for an optimistic move and paid the price. And was collected by the Manor of Game Freak and the Ferrari of Tej. Oogie still struggling for grip. He's desperate for the rain to get harder. Fannis in 8th for the moment. Nitrogas in 7th. Nitrogas doing a decent job on those 4 wets though, so maybe he's just got a better setup for that. And now Fragglepool up to another lap to go. Oh my god! Ted's sliding across the track. Fragglepool should just back off and wait for the straight. Doesn't want to get taken out by a back marker because that would might cost him the race. Maybe Tej didn't realise it was the leader. Safely through though. Sabakid in 2nd, still Rossi 3rd. I saw Rossi sliding a bit there. So we've got a mixture of people on wets and inters. Nitrogas doesn't seem to be losing that much time. Spud's got past Oogie though. Rain does look hard, but let's compare the times then. Nitrogas's times I want to have a look at. So he's doing 159s. What about the inter runners? Yeah, they're still a lot quicker. What about Fannis? Because Fannis is the closest person to... Oh, Fannis is pitted for wets. Might have been because of tyre... Oh yeah, he's come back out in 8th. That's why he was in 8th. Feel quite spread out now, so I'm not sure how much action we're going to see. I think Fragglepool's just going to keep going. As long as he doesn't make a major mistake somewhere, he's looking very good for a win. Just so you know, there's not going to be any interviews this evening because I've got to shoot off. Just so you know, I normally have time for them, but I have to pop out straight after this. So Warren Hagen 5th, Tosmus in 6th. I think if he hadn't come in for those tyres as early as he did, I think he would have been on for a podium. But maybe he just didn't have the any tyre life left, so maybe that's why he had to. So these two are on the same tyres. But it looks like Josh is catching them rapidly. Vanos runs wide. And then again another twist in the championship. Vanos is on for leading the championship, but if he loses a place to Josh, he's only going to be taking 2 points. And Josh, much better grip. Vanos, I don't think he wants to fight it too much. 2 points will be better than 1. Vanis is only going to get 2 points as it stands. Oogie losing a lot of ground. This heavy rain just doesn't seem to want to come. There was forecasts. Here comes Mike, 13th, Tej in 14th. He's just been lapped by 2nd place. Dano's up to 15th, still last. Fragglepool just going about his business. He had a real challenge at the start of the race. Grumpy doing a superb move into turn 2 at the start of the race to take the lead, but Grumpy's tyres, for whatever reason, didn't last that long, and Fragglepool reeled him in and overtook him, and hasn't looked back since. Hasn't been challenged since then. Samba Kid, a very solid race from him. Hasn't really put much wrong. Was probably going to be on for 3rds, but then Phil had a huge accident a few laps ago, which promoted him up to 2nd. which would be his second place of the season, which it doesn't. I tell you what, Samba Kid, with 2 rounds to go, with that result, is really playing himself into championship contention for a charge at the last gasp, because he's 17 points behind at the moment. He's going to gain 12 today, so he'll go only 5 points behind Ugi as it stands, or Fanis as results stand. So that, yeah, that is very interesting. So Samba Kid was 6th in the championship going into this race. But yeah, this is another name to add to the championship fight. It just seems to get ever tighter every single race. It's brilliant. And this is what we want from league racing. We don't want it decided with several races to go. We want it to go right down to Abu Dhabi at the end of the season. I mean, Datsa Boy won it last season, of course. But he didn't defend his title. He left the league. So we are going to get a new champion. But calling who it's going to be, very difficult indeed. Obviously going wide. Turn 19. Fanis looks pretty secure in 9th. Just need to keep going really. Spud in 10th. Ugi doesn't look like he's going to score points, and neither is Game Freaker. So the big winner today is Samba Kid, without question. Audio retired. So, yeah, it's quite a quiet end to the race. There's not really much going on. Racquetball doing a good job in the Red Bull. Well, nearly a 13-second lead to Samba Kid, but he can just go steady. Morsman Kid not too far away. Tusmus has moved up to 5th for the pit stops. Orenhagen 6th. Najagash in 7th. Fanis is in 8th. Josh has pitted again for Inters, or maybe he's made a mistake. Must have made a mistake somewhere. So Fanis has got back in front. So this changes the situation again. Fanis will be leading the championship by a point if it stays like this. So I think, given the lack of battles going on elsewhere, it's probably going to be best to stick with that. Let's see if there's anything else going on. Nope, nothing at all. So a crucial juncture then in this season. Fanis, the double race winner this season in Bahrain and China. Hasn't been on the podium since then. It's got steady results. Crashed out at Malaysia. Oh, hang on a minute. And something's happened to Josh. Oh, and Tyrezine is in the points. Ugi's in the points. Josh, I don't know. Has he got a puncher? He's making mistakes. Left, right and centre. Maybe it is heavy rain conditions suddenly. Fraggleball keeps going. He's not going to pit now. Just needs to keep steady. But this is another twist. So the two Sauber cars both in the points. Now, what could really change it here? Because both Saubers are on the wet tyres. Spud is on the inters. If the conditions get horrendous right now, Spud could struggle for grip. Let's compare the lap times of Spud and Ugi. So Spud did a 1:59 last time out. And Ugi went faster by a second. So Ugi could be on for 2 championship points, which would tie Fanes and Ugi in the actually no, it would mean Ugi would still have a 1 point lead at the top. At the moment, Fanes is going top by way of results. Josh has fallen down to 12th. Back where he started, he qualified second on the grid, then he had a 10-second penalty for what I'm not sure. According to the director, he had a collision or something. So we've got 2 laps to go. Fanes looks secure in 8th, but can Spud hold off Ugi? Because if he does, Fanes is taking the lead championship. If he doesn't, Ugi will have a 1 point advantage going into the final 2 rounds of the Formula Performance Championship. Spud, I tell you what, struggling with grip. That sailboat's getting ever closer. Spud on this. Ugi's getting closer and closer. Fragglepool's on his final lap of the US Grand Prix. Ugi's getting closer. Fragglepool in the final sector. Rossi in 3rd. And the Fragglepool, who has dominated most of this race, rounding the final. How close is... Oh, Ugi's very close to him now. I think I'm going to stick to this battle because it's so important for the championship. I think Fragglepool is about to cross the line to win his race, and Spud has lost it. Ugi goes front, and just in time to see Fragglepool cross the line and win the US Grand Prix in Formula Performance. But Ugi, that crucial overtake on Spuds, has put the championship in his favour again. Samba Kids. Superb drive from him in the Haas. There's Josh, stopped on track. Dropped to 13th. What a miserable end to the race for him. And Rossi crosses the line in 3rd, and I believe the other Force India of Morsman King will cross the line. 4th. Oh, and Tusmus. Is that Warren Haig he's battling with? Yes, last lap battle between Warren Haig and Tusmus. And Warren Haig's taken the place. And now is Tusmus going to do a dive down the inside into the final corner? Warren Haig must have pitted for wets earlier. Oh, and look at this on the line! On the line, Warren Haig ran out of fuel. Tusmus takes 5th. Wow. And here's Fanes. He's going to cross over in 8th. And I believe his championship rival Ugi is going to finish in 9th. Which means that Ugi will still maintain the championship lead by a single point. Overtook Spud on the final lap. Spud will cross the line in 10th to get another point. Good drive from Spud. And Game Freaker comes across the line in 11th. And that's it. 11 finishes then. To see if any penalties affected anything. Nope, penalties didn't affect the top 10. Quite a few penalties out there. We had a few finishers who were lapped, such as Dano. Yeah, Dano, Nitro Gas. Sorry, Tej. And yeah, well, that was had a few dramatic moments at the end. Wasn't the most thrilling battle at the front, but I'll tell you what, the championship just gets better and better. 1 point gap now between Ugi and Fanes at the top. 2 rounds to go. Well, thanks a lot everybody for tuning into the stream. and we will see you in Brazil in a week's time. No interviews this evening because I need to head off, but thanks for your viewership, and I will see you next week for the Brazilian Grand Prix as Formula Performance continues.